Not a bad gig.
Not a bad vacation site at all.
Okay, I want to start with some positive news for today's weather. Reservoir levels are the #1 thing that I think most of us think of when it comes to getting us out of the drought.
Yeah.
That's where our water comes from.
Yep.
That's how we manage water. Let's take a look at reservoir levels, and I want you to watch this with me.
Okay.
We're going to first look at last year. And you've got Shasta, Oroville, and Folsom reservoirs on there. I circled Folsom. A couple of reasons for that. Folsom's the reservoir we all know directly. We all see it on a fairly regular basis, at least if we're up in that part of town. And it's the one that we all kind of feel like is ours. Look how much smaller it is than Shasta and Oroville.
Sure,
That's the first thing I wanted you to take away from this. And the reason for that is Folsom was built primarily for flood control, to keep Sacramento from flooding. Shasta and Oroville are the workhorses in this state when it comes to providing us with water. So keep that in mind when we do this comparison. That's 1 year ago. Let's look at today. Nice
Hello.
improvement there, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Look
that
at
again.
that.
Let's go back to last year. Okay, so Shasta was at 72% of average for this time of year. Oroville was at 60%. Let's go to today.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah,
Folsom,
what a great visual,
Folsom
dude.
doesn't change because its job is to protect us.
Yes.
But the two that are supposed
at
to
Shasta
store
and
water
Oroville.
Exactly.
are killing it.
Killing it, crushing it, doing
so
well.
hopefully this will alleviate some frustrations. I know so many people, it's very understandable to look at Folsom and say, why are they letting water out of that thing? We need to be saving every drop that we have. We have to remember what Folsom's primary purpose is, and hopefully you feel better now knowing that Shasta and Oroville, where we really store the water in this state that we use for farming in cities, those are doing much better.
Look at those triple-digit percentages.
Yes, and that's above average. The reservoirs are not completely full, but they are above average for this time of year, and that's what's important. All right, January, this is how the rainfall turned out. We're looking at the last month's worth of rain, and you can see all the days that came through and gave us a good amount of rainfall. So, how are we going to do now? Well, for the next 6 days, nothing's coming. We're not going to get rained on again. Not from now through the weekend. We're going to stay sunny and in the mid-50s through Saturday and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, we actually warm up into the low 60s for daytime highs. That'll be kind of nice. And then the next rainmaker gets here by the middle of next week. Wednesday of next week, which just happens to be February 1st, is when we get back into the rain game around here. More on that as we get closer to it. Martina, how's the drive looking out there?
I-5 northbound is getting